Hey, welcome back to FTL. We're playing through with the stealth ship today. We had just finished up Sector 2, Sector 3, and now we're going to move on to Sector 4. I'm going to go to the Mantis-controlled sector, just so I can stay out of the nebula. Now that we've made that jump, I'm going to fix up all of my systems. Make sure everybody who needs healing gets it. Okay, we are all set. We come across a rebel AI ship. This one doesn't have shields, so, as usual, taking it down should be fairly simple. There we go, we have successfully delayed its jump and disabled its chief weapon. Across a hostile Mantis ship. This shouldn't be too much trouble. They got their shields up before I could hit them with the beam. That's okay. We have pretty high evasion, so even when we're not cloaked, we have a decent chance of dodging incoming missiles. There again, we mistimed the beams. This is why you can't rely on auto-fire with beam weapons. We took a hit there anyway, so I'm going to send in my spare crew to fix that up. There we go. Finally took them out. I like the layout of this ship a lot. It doesn't have the best vent control ever because you've only got these two sections of airlocks, but it's a very compact ship, so it's very easy to get around. And these guys have 2 layers of shielding, so now we're going to have to rely solely on the mini-beam for our damage. With a little luck, we should be able to hit them with it. Yep, there we go. And that didn't quite get through. That's okay. They can't actually punch through my shield, so this isn't a particularly dangerous fight. And I shouldn't have clicked that button, but okay. And I did it again. Alright, 3rd time's the charm. There we go. Excellent. One more shot ought to take care of these guys. Excellent. Alright, we get a decent reward for that. No stores within sight just yet, but hopefully we'll be able to at least find one before we get out of here. Oh, it's a Mantis escape pod. We are certainly not opening that. And there's a store right there. I can make a few jumps before I visit it. Here we could buy some fuel for scrap. Sure, why not? These guys need to be led to their destination. We can certainly visit that on the way to the exit. Come across more mantis. Now these guys are going to board us, and it's going to be an all-mantis boarding party, so this could be a little tricky. I think my plan here is just going to be to try and keep them occupied for as long as possible while I deal with their ship. I'm going to have to keep an eye on my guys because their health is going to go down very quickly. And that hits him. Not having the best luck with our cloaking, but it's still very nice to have. Alright, they've both hit critical health, so I'm going to send them up to the med bay. And if they want to keep focusing on my door system, that is just fine by me. You can see that the ship is trying to jump away now, and I would like to take them out before they can do that. But we'll just have to wait and see how this goes. Okay, we've delayed their FTL. I've managed to do a decent job of keeping the mantis boarders tied up, although they are going to take out the rest of my door system. That's okay. I can win this fight and then make some repairs. There we go. That fight's been won, and now I can fix up my ship. And I think now is a good time to check out that store. Alright, let's fix up our ship. I'm going to go ahead and hire this Mantis crew member. And let's do a little bit of weapon upgrading. Okay, cool. Now I can use both the glaive beam and my dual lasers. Also going to swap out the mini beam for the ion blast for now. I can't quite use it yet, but it'll be handy to have. We have more Mantis pirates. We'll send in another boarding party. But we are much better equipped to deal with them now, especially since they're heading for my med bay. Keep taking hits in cloak, it's really unfortunate. But now that my glaive beam is charged, I can really do some damage to these guys. Look at that. One shot and they are down. And we get a nice reward as well. And with that scrap, I'm going to upgrade my weapons one more time and buy another brick of power. Because now I can use all of the weapons I have equipped, which is excellent. Let's check out this quest marker. Oh, neat. It's a friendly store. There's a burst laser run here, which is There's no reason for us to buy this when we have the dual laser, which, as I've said, is the same thing, only actually a little bit better. I don't need the pike beam when I've got a glaive beam, and I'm already full up on bomb weapons, so I don't need any of the weapons they have for sale. I'm going to hang on to both of these bomb weapons and then decide which one I'm going to use on the final boss when I get there. So I don't think we actually need anything from this store, which means it's time to jump out of this sector. And we come across an automated ship guarding a storage cache. This is going to be a pretty easy fight. I love the glaive beam. Buy one more brick of power just so I can run my engines at full capacity again, and let's move on to the next sector. We'll go to the Zoltan homeworlds. We come across some pirates that have the Zoltan shield, but between my dual lasers and the ion blast, it's not going to last very long. And neither is their ship. There's a store up here that we'll visit in a couple minutes. The shield-piercing capability of the glaive beam is really nice, because it'll still do a lot of damage, even if they have one or two shields left. Alright, let's check out this store. I think I'm going to go ahead and buy drone control right now. It seems like a good time. And we get a defense drone along with it. That's excellent. I'm just going to get my fuel up to 20 for my own peace of mind, and we can move on. We come across a rock ship. Really, the only downside of the glaive beam is how long it takes to charge up. You do a fair amount of just sitting there waiting for it to be ready. But then when it's ready, it's just tons and tons of damage. Especially when you can hit 4 rooms at a time. They sure are targeting my door system a lot. There's another store there. And once again, down in one salvo. Got a free missile weapon out of that. That's okay. We won't be using it, but it's more scrap to sell to the store. So let's get rid of that. I'm not going to be going back to the mini beam, so there's no reason to have that cluttering up my inventory. I think now is a good time to buy some more shielding, and the power to go with it. And let's go ahead and max out our doors as well. That's an empty sector. And we come across some Zoltan researchers being held hostage. It's a fairly nasty boarding party, but we've got them outnumbered, so it should be a pretty fair fight. Alright, their Mantis is down, and the Rockman is not going to win a fight against the Mantis one-on-one. Alright, got a nice reward there. Okay, this is part of the Zoltan ship unlocking quest. It's basically a multiple choice test where if you know the right answers, you get some nice free stuff. So we'll elect to hear them out. We get a quest marker for the next sector. When we get to the next sector, we will be able to complete the quest. Get some free stuff at the exit point, and we have time to visit this last sector up here in the corner. Alright, we've got a lot of borders to deal with here. Thankfully, with reinforced doors, we can choke out some of these mantis. Alright, this fight is under control. Ship is down. Just fix up my shields, get everybody healed up, and then we'll be ready to get out of this sector. Okay, we are ready to move on, so I'm going to cut this video off here, and I'll catch you next time.